Welcome back to the shop. It's been a couple of weeks, I think, and we finally got our drive shaft. Single piece aluminum drive shaft, and we got our radiator or oil cooler and all the associated fittings. And I've been busy back here. If anyone follows my Instagram, I've gone ahead and replaced my bushings to solid aluminum bushings, as well as the diff bushings and some, I guess you can't see it, but upper inner is a spherical bearing now, and hopefully I fixed my diff leak on this side, and I think that's all I got done, and buttoned up everything in the engine bay for the intake. But I had a friend scan this for me, and I spent some time in CAD to make a brace, and here it is 3D printed. It looks like it fits up pretty well. So now we just gotta make it out of real steel and weld it up. So yeah, and then put the drive shaft together, figure out where to mount the oil cooler, and then on to wiring. And with a little love of a hammer and a press, voila! Just like that. First try. Worked out very well. A lot better than I thought it would. These extra holes are my idea of putting dimples in them, but I'm waiting for the dies to come in, so I won't be able to weld these gussets in because I think it might get in the way of the dimple whenever it gets here. So I'm gonna probably move on to routing the oil lines and mounting bracket for the oil cooler. Alright, so here's the oil cooler, and I was thinking something like this. So let's see how I can make this happen. this all plumbed up, I think. Hopefully I did it right, given that I've never done AN lines before. And here it is, all plumbed up to the DCT. I went over this fuel line and over the engine mount back there, up over the sway bar along this what is this, power steering cooler hose, all the way over there, if you can even see it. Look at that, look at that. And I put this bar over here that connects both of my splitter mounts, and I think I'm gonna go home and design and 3D print some brackets to secure these AN lines better, because I think the zip ties are gonna start sliding everywhere and it's not gonna do very well. And I need something that holds this together, because I don't want this line to come down here and possibly get rubbed away by the tire. I don't think it will, but I don't want to leave it the possibility. So still waiting for my dimple dice to show up. I think I'm going to cut a new one, because made some minor adjustments in CAD. Tried to raise this piece up a little bit, because there's extra space that there doesn't need to be, so then this gusset down here would have more strength. And then try to cut a new piece here, because even though it's not touching, it's pretty damn close. So try to cut this off here earlier, so it's more like this, and give this a little more clearance. And then for the meanwhile, I think I'm gonna try to put the rest of this bottom side of the car together, because I don't think anything else gets in the way to get us all back together. So I'll probably put the drive shaft in and everything else back here, and just leave this middle section of the exhaust left out. So yeah, I'm gonna put all that back together now. So I cut this, not really sure what it was holding. I didn't have anything there when I took my car apart, but I cut it out because it was in the way. Threw on some paint so it won't rust. But now everything fits. It's really tight, as you can see, but it fits. Hit the wheel real quick. Real close, but it fits. So it's getting late, but I think I'm gonna button this up tomorrow, and yeah, hopefully I can roll it out of the way so other people can work on their cars while I wait for fucking more toolings to show up. But yeah. Alright, I got the bottom side all buttoned up. I sorted out this Allen key not fitting. I think the tool doesn't fit properly because the subframe got raised, so the tool doesn't have space to fit between the U-joint. But bolted everything back in that I could. All this under tray stuff, I had to modify this one a little bit. There used to be ducting for the stock trans, but because this oil pan sits so low, you can see even after I cut it, it's like flush. So, and that one might be a little problem because it pushed it all down. This bracket doesn't fit properly because this transmission is a little wider, which means I don't even know if this exhaust will fit here anymore. But haven't put that part in because I'm still waiting for FedEx to deliver my tools so I can dimple all of this mount and then get it welded and powder coated. But because they're not here yet, I'm gonna call this a wrap for this episode. The only thing I have left to do down here is this piece, and then I need to make some shroud for the oil cooler here and the front bumper, but I don't have time to do that now because I'm heading out of town and someone else needs to use this lift. So yeah, that's a wrap for this episode, and stay tuned for the next one where hopefully I get it all wired up and powered back on for the first time. Yeah, see you then.